Get up, mama. A wise person once said, you either deal with your demons or they raise your children. I know, take a deep breath. That one stung, didn't it? This is your daily reminder to pour into yourself. Girl, get your butt up. When I think about demons, my mind initially goes to lack of discernment, having like little to no boundaries, making piss poor decisions, fear, letting fear stop me from accomplishing things that I know I want to accomplish in my life. Like, those are demons to me, because those are the things that leave me with piss poor results, and I don't like that feeling. And those are the things that be having us looking soggy and sad too. Those are the things that I want to change about myself. Those are the things that I work on every single day, because if I don't, I'm going to unintentionally pass those things down to my children. That's what happened to you. That's what happened to me. We unintentionally pass these behaviors down to our children. No matter how many times you tell those children to love on themselves, to be themselves, to not let people disrespect you, it all boils down to what they see. What are you allowing? What are you? No offense. Take a deep breath. It does not make you a bad person. What that means is, now you know, so you got to do something about it. That's why we have to practice mindfulness every single day. Be intentional. But whatever you choose to do, remember to love on yourself just a little bit more today. Pour into you. You got this, baby. Get up, mama. Get up, get up, get up. Girl, get your butt up. I just want to note that we almost did not get to episode 4 because of one of my demons. But the only reason why I'm telling you this, and the only reason why I'm able to tell you this, because I fought like hell. But we made it, because I'm here on your screen, on your radio, on your TV, wherever you listening to me at. Just know that we can conquer them demons, baby. And they may be powerful, and they may be deep rooted, but baby, my God is powerful. You hear me? Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the village. Welcome to the community. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I want to say thank you for taking time out of your busy day to listen to what I have to say. Welcome to the Get Up Mama podcast. Welcome back. To those of you who are new, we welcome you with open arms. And if you enjoy the podcast, please give it a like, subscribe, and comment. And turn on your notifications. These things make a huge difference when it comes to allowing the channel to grow and reach the people that could use it. Today, let's talk about it. Let's talk about them demons. But before we start, let's calm our nerves a little bit. Let's get grounded, because this may be a little rocky. This may be a little tough to hear. So we're going to slow down, and we're going to take a gentle inhale. Hold it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Release. To those of you who are new here, I am Ashley. Actually, I don't think I did an introduction before. So I'm Ashley, the person in front and behind the Get Up Mama. Practicing mindfulness is how I started recognizing my demons. Before, I thought I had everything all in the bag. Like, I'm good in all of these areas. I be setting boundaries. I be making good decisions. I wasn't even sure if I even understood what discernment, but I felt like I was making the right decision for my life to set myself up for my future, right? Until one day, I got faced with the truth. I started looking around like, God damn. It's like everything that I thought I was, everything about who I thought I was or who I felt like I was being, was not. Now, mind you, I was, you know what I mean? I had a little sprinkle of the things that I thought I was, or the things that I thought I was doing, or who I thought I was being. But when I got faced with that truth, so I was like, how the hell I got myself in this situation? And I still couldn't figure it out. So I started praying. So I started talking to some trustworthy people. Some people that actually had my best interest. Some people that was actually looking out for me. Now, I don't know what their full motive was, but they helped bring me out of a dark space that I could have crawled in. I had a couple people that held me accountable on the certain things. I love a person that's going to hold you accountable because they set you straight. The one that shows you love in the midst of holding you accountable. The one that's going to walk this walk with you. The one that's going to fight this fight with you. I hope you can find somebody like that, because I will be honest, everyone is not like that, and you have a right to have your regards. But if you can find you somebody like that holds you accountable, but still walk this fight with you. Not only just that, you have to be willing to fight this fight and hold yourself accountable too. I thought I was on the right track with all of this stuff. I used to read my books. I used to listen to certain people, certain podcasts, certain things like that. And I thought I was on point. I thought I was listening. You know what I mean? I may not have grown up with much of these boundaries, or like this self-esteem, or what I feel like I have turned into self-worth, right? You know, I felt like I grew into it by setting the foundation when it came to watching certain people, listening to certain people, taking in certain knowledge, or, you know, trying to live off certain wisdom. And I was like, what happened? Like, what happened? I thought I was setting my life up to get this type of fruit. But in actuality, I ended up with this type of fruit. A wise person once said, you don't get out of life what you want. You get out of life who you're being. And I thought I was being that person. But what I didn't realize is, every time you lose a piece of yourself, there's a chance that you picked up a piece of somebody else. Every time you let them non-negotiables slide, every time you let them boundaries get crossed, even if they may seem just a little minute, every time you make a piss poor decision that goes against your intuition, when you know you wasn't supposed to do that, every time you did that, you lost a piece of yourself and you picked up a piece of somebody else. That foundation that you thought you built, that stable foundation ain't no longer stable. It don't seem like it because it's taking piece by piece, small little pieces. Every single time you allow it to happen, and before you know it, you ain't who you thought you were. That's why in my previous episodes, I told you it's important to identify your rhythm, to pay attention to your habits and your routines and your behaviors, because they're going to tell you who you are every single time, because they're going to explain why you're getting the results you're getting every single time. They're going to tell you who you are, not who you think you are. And the only way I got there is by practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is the only way I reached this point. Because if I didn't start being mindful about how I was moving through life, them habits and the routines I had was going to take over again. I was going to move to another situation thinking it was somebody that caused this type of destruction in my life. Thinking that it was somebody outside of myself or something outside of myself that got me the results that I'm seeing in. Because in order for growth to happen, you got to hold yourself accountable. And you need to see what areas in life you need to grow. Your weak is what allows you to be exploited. Your weak is what allows you to be manipulated. But you think it's the other person. Yes, the other person did you wrong. Or you think it's the other thing. Yes, that job did you wrong. Yes, those situations did you wrong. Those people, maybe those people. But the only person you can control is yourself. A manipulator cannot manipulate you without your help. Now, mind you, granted, I'm not talking about they ain't good at their job or good at what they do. But we also good at putting a mask on to not see red flags or to not see things in people. And that's not just in the love relationships. Those are in friendships. Those are in workshops. Those are in a lot of places that we ignore. Take a deep breath. I'm not telling you this to victim shame you. I'm not telling you this to make you feel bad. I'm telling you this so you can understand that you are the common denominator. You are the person that's in control of your life. You are the only person that can strengthen where you're weak. You're the only person that can minimize them demons. You are the only person. You are in control of you. You can only change you. You can't change anyone else. You may want them to change. They may be a horrible person, but you cannot change them. You can only change yourself. And I also want to say that there is going to be a time where you're going to have to do it by yourself too. You may have to do it alone, and that's okay. It's okay. But when I say do it alone, I want you to always remember, you may be doing it alone physically, but you don't have to do it alone spiritually. It's somebody you can call on. Find a God of your choosing. Find a higher power of your choice. You choose and ask God to walk with you, because you're going to need it, baby. You don't know how big those demons are. You don't know how big that monster been growing. You don't know how big your insecurities are. You don't know how long they've been sitting there. You don't know how long you've been making piss poor decisions. You don't know how deep rooted those things are. So you're going to need somebody to fight with you. And the reason why I say you don't know how deep rooted those little small habits are, that causes you to have piss poor boundaries, that causes you to lack discipline. That could have happened in your childhood. That could have happened in your household. Not even in your household, but in your environment that you grew up in. Because I don't always want to blame the household or the parents. That could have happened when you was in school. Yeah, you could have picked up these behaviors anywhere. You don't know how long these things been deep rooted in you. That's why I say it's important to practice mindfulness. Because when you practice mindfulness, it's gonna show you where you're spending most of your time at. It's gonna show you what you value most. You practice mindfulness, you're gonna also get everything you want. It may not be when you want it, but it's gonna come on time. You practice mindfulness, you'll start aligning yourself with things that you didn't even know you was capable of getting, girl. You practice mindfulness, you start accepting beautiful things into your life, and you learn how to release the ones that aren't supposed to be there. You practice mindfulness and you learn how to sit with yourself. You learn how to meditate. You learn how to sit in silence. You learn how to listen. You gain awareness. You learn how to listen to understand versus listening to speak. You learn how to get quiet, because in that quietness you can hear everything. You can hear the things you don't want to hear, and you can hear the things you need to hear. And you can hear the things you want to hear too. Practicing mindfulness is a beautiful thing. It's going to help you minimize them demons. Because now you ain't waking up on autopilot and just going through life with them old habits and them old routines you had and them old behaviors. You practice mindfulness, you're going to become a better version of yourself. But you got to be willing to put in the work, baby. Like I told you before, it's going to be a hard ride. It's going to be a long ride, baby. You're going to be doing this for the rest of your life. But I don't know about you, but I'd rather take this road than the other road, because I ain't like the way I felt in that road. In this road, I have a lot more control of what's happening in my life. Now, I may still cry. I may still feel sadness and pain and hurt and all of that. I'm not telling you any of this gonna wash your pain away or your life problems away. I don't think anything in life is gonna do that. I don't think life is worth living without the trials and tribulations and the hardship. And a lot of times that's when we learn our lesson. If you want growth to happen, you have to practice mindfulness. Girl, I'm telling you, I almost did not make it here recording this video today because them old habits, routines, and behavior tried to show up. And back then, they would have won. They would have got me because they have before. But the only reason why they did not get me is because I did what? I've been practicing mindfulness. I started paying attention to how I react to things. I started paying attention to what my body does in certain seasons and certain reasons. I started paying attention to what I put into my body sometimes and how it makes me react. The people I engage with, the energy that I allow to fester within me, and the energy that I allow to come in my space. I ain't got it all figured out, and I don't want you to think that, but baby, my God and myself, baby, we've been working, you hear me? And I want that for you, and I know you want that for yourself. I got an assignment for us, but before we get into our assignment, I just want to say that I don't know if I can do these. I'm just gonna be honest, y'all. These podcasts gonna be some short episodes because I do not understand how people sit here and talk for hours by themselves. Now, if I had somebody here talking with me, that'd be different. That'd be a dialogue. But sitting here talking by myself on this microphone and trying to get y'all 30 minutes to 2 hours, I ain't gonna sell myself short yet. But I just don't feel like I got it in me. And honestly, I want to say this right here may be the last episode for a while. I done got y'all 4 episodes out. I'm still trying to figure out, is this the season for this podcast or not? But I wanted to keep my word. I wanted to put something out, and I wanted to get you through your fight. I wanted to help you get through this. I wanted to get you started on the most important things. Now, I'm not saying I'm still going to be posting videos. So if y'all need to, or if you feel free, if y'all feeling like you want to, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my podcast channel. I'm also on all of the social media sites. Actually, I lost access to my TikTok on my mobile device, but and what that means is I can't comment on y'all stuff anymore. Just know that I see your comment. I'm not able to comment from the desktop because for some reason it won't allow me. I mean, I will still be posted to the podcast. For sure, it's going to be more so like meditation, things to get you through your day. But like I said, I'm not going to sell myself short yet. I'm going to still give it a try. I'm going to still try to show up for y'all. Y'all ever heard of this African philosophy, Ubuntu? It means I am who I am because you are who you are. So I'm trying to figure out how to show up and how to show up consistently. So I need y'all to work with me because I do. Not only do I show up for y'all on this internet, I also show up for people in my real life. That take a lot of time. So I'm trying to maneuver. I'm trying to balance things. I too also have to do the list that I told y'all to do. I also have to figure out, is the season in my life like this? All of the things that I'm trying to do support the season that I'm in right now in life. So I'm trying to figure that out too as well. So I ask y'all to be patient with me. I also want to ask y'all, now, did I create a village that allowed me to be vulnerable too? allow me to be open with y'all and share these things with you? Or did I create a one-sided village where y'all just want to hear me talk about y'all? Oh, okay, y'all let me know. And once again, I want to thank you for your support. I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy day to be here, to pour into yourself. I think we're about to wrap this episode up. I do have an assignment for you guys that I really, like this one, I really need you to implement this. Like if you're really serious about growing, if you're really serious about them children watching you and who you're being in front of them children, or who you being for yourself, who you being for them children, who you being in front of them children, what are you allowing? For your 5 minutes this week, I want you to be intentional about sitting in silence for 5 minutes, at least 5 minutes. I actually want y'all to check in. So if y'all can, if you want to go to my Patreon, I am on Patreon too. For the people who asking, hey, how can I get these alarm clocks set? How can we do? I want to set your voice as my alarm clock. I offer audio packs on my Patreon, by the way. And we also have a village where we meet every Wednesday on Zoom at 5 a.m. Now I'm trying to grow the village. I do want y'all to know it ain't perfect yet, but I want you to know that it's there for you. No pressure, just whenever you need it. But what I want to say is with the 5 minutes a day, sitting in silence, practicing your meditation with just silence, no music, no guided meditation, just you, God, and that silence. I want you to see what comes up. I want you to be able to sit with yourself. I want you to be able to hear yourself. Let me ask you this. How do you expect someone to sit with you when you can't even sit with yourself? I know you may say that's too much. You're thinking too deep. But I say maybe we're not thinking deep enough sometimes. When things happen in our life, we like to look around and see who can we blame or who can we point the finger at. When in actuality, it was our piss poor decisions. Our lack of ability to pay attention to ourselves. To be mindful of what's going on with ourselves. To pay attention to ourselves. How do you want somebody to pay attention to you when you can't even slow down and pay attention to yourself? Baby, your nervous system wrecked. We teach people how to treat us if you don't slow down. The way some things shifted in my life when I was able to sit with myself. It taught people that you have to sit with me now. You don't get to play with me. And if you think you're going to play with me, I'm going to sit you over there. Sometimes you may just be released from my life, but you're going to respect me before you play with me. But I had to learn how to stop playing with myself. In order to expect people to stop playing with you, you got to stop playing with yourself. What I mean playing with yourself is, baby, you don't even know what you like. What do you do in the morning when you first wake up? How do you feel? Do you even know how you feel? How do you react to certain things? Do you respond or do you react? When you wake up in the morning to go do your routine, is it fast or is it slow? Are you rushing through it? Or are you taking your time with it? When you go through your day, do you speak life into yourself or do you just beat yourself down for the mistakes you made? When you go through your day and somebody rub you the wrong way or you cross energies in a negative way with somebody, how do you handle that? Do you even know how to handle that? How do you ground yourself? I ain't say once you figure it out, you're going to be perfect at it. No. You want to be stronger than you are weak. Small steps, baby. But what I was trying to say was, you can go to the Patreon. There is a free chat available. You don't have to join the village to chat. We can chat right there in that free space. Saying that you want to get rid of them demons and you want to be better for them children. You got to start on you. You got to start small. Do it for you. Do it because you know you deserve better. Do it because you know you want better. Now go meditate for 5 minutes. I don't care what time of the day you choose. I just want you to sit by yourself in silence and see what comes up. That shit gonna hurt. You may not even be able to do it the first day, the first week, and that's okay. Don't expect to be perfect when you start this journey, baby. If you're gonna do that, you might as well cop out now, cause you gonna feel every single time. When I told you about them demons ready to fight, baby. You trying to get rid of them. They deep rooted in you. They ain't trying to go nowhere. But whatever you choose to do, just remember to love on yourself just a little bit more today. Pour into you. You got this, baby.